Good evening everyone and welcome to FPRL Fair Play Racing League. Tonight we are in Canada around the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve for tonight's Tier 2 Canadian Grand Prix. It's the final race of race week 9 and as you can see 16 drivers on the grid tonight, so we do have enough for full quality as no one's got a quali ban, so 3 sessions of quali coming up. And it's starting off like it started off yesterday in Tier 1, pouring down with rain in Q1, so it'll be very interesting to see if all the drivers can keep it on track and out of the wall, especially the very famous Wall of Champions turns 13 and 14 right at the end of the lap. But yeah, let's get down to the track. Everyone should be coming out very soon, maybe just tweaking their setups a bit for the wet weather. First of all, I am your main comms tonight, Monkey Boy Kurt. At the moment I am on my own, but I do have my co-coms of FPRL Locker joining me very soon, so hopefully it won't be too much of a wait until he gets joining me on the action. But as we can see, the first couple of drivers then come out onto the track, and the first one is the AlphaTauri man of Tiddlewink, and it is full wet tyres. I wasn't sure if it was going to be full wets or inters, but yeah, full wet tyres for this first qualifying session. We'll soon see as the session goes on if it's going to dry up a little bit and get better. But yeah, first of all, very slow there from Tiddlewink. Nigel Piggle in the Aston Martin, almost going in the back of the AlphaTauri man, but just manages to avoid him. So we'll go on board with Piggle, as he will now be the first driver to set a lap in these wet conditions. If you are viewing in the chat, put your predictions of who you think is going to get pole today, who you think is maybe going to be the one to go out in this session, as obviously if everyone doesn't bid it, we're only going to have one driver going out in this qualifying session. So put your thoughts in there, who you think is going out. Nigel Piggle coming into the end of his out lap now, down the back straight, and then it will be full pedal to the metal for the first lap of this qualifying session as he comes up to turns 13 and 14. We'll get rid of that spectator menu for you. And here he goes then, full throttle down towards the start finish straight. And here we go then, first of all into turn 1, then a bit tentative on the brakes he is, but he goes through there okay. Can't really be too harsh with the throttle in these conditions. Gets the power up through turns 2 and now up to turns 3 and 4 we go. And we all know it's very easy to invalidate around this Canadian track. I'm expecting to see a lot of time penalties later on in the race. As he comes to the end of sector 1 now through turns 5 and 6. This is another place where you can easily lose the back end here. I think the guys will definitely put their front wings up for this first session, as it's basically needing all the grip that you can in order to get the best traction in these conditions. Coming down to the end of sector 2, and Piggle's gone through with a 49.9. We'll just go behind to see what Tiddlewink's put in, a 50.7. So Piggle the better time at the moment by 8 tenths. We now come up to, it classes as a turn, believe it or not, turn 12, a little kick there in the straight. And now coming up to the final chicane then, a 13 and 14. Watch your way through on the right hand side because you've got the Wall of Champions there. It's through there okay, there is Piggle. Oh no, he's invalidated. And he's probably going to invalidate the second lap as well. Yeah, he is. You will not want that, that's something you do not want to do. Tiddlewink goes through them, sets the benchmark for 23.0. We've got a few others coming through, I believe. I think there's that Phenom on an outlap. Yeah. Ashi 18622 about to come through now. Very, very tentative there through the last couple of corners, and it's not a good lap from the Ferrari driver tonight. Filling in for Valente, it's a 25.9 for him at the moment, so he'll definitely need to go again to make sure he gets his place in Q2. I think it was the Silverside boy made a mistake coming onto the back straight and has invalidated. I don't know if he's got any damage. We'll try and see if he has got any damage. Doesn't seem to be. The McLaren driver's got any damage, but definitely did take a spin, or slowed right down anyway on the back straight. Maybe letting some people past as Pines now comes to the end of the lap, and we know how quick Pines can be sometimes in quali. What's he got in the bag? He's got a whole second quicker of that, a 22.0. Completely knocks Tiddlewink's time out of the park, really. Yeah, just over a second quicker, so a fantastic lap there from Pines. Tiddlewink's coming around again, is a bit more up this time. 23.3, literally improves by a couple of hundredths, not a lot is in it. Is Piggle now coming through? He's invalidated again as Piggle. So you have to go once again for a lap. Phenom has done the same, and everyone's starting to see what nuisance this last chicane is. It turns 13 and 14, but we'll not get a lap here as well, Phenom. It's the only issue with it being right at the end of the lap is that it does invalidate your lap after as well, so you really need to make sure you get that correct. Have we got anyone else coming across now? Is Cross Kerry? I think we've got TJ coming onto an out lap. Yeah, we'll go on to Hines is going to come through again. We'll go on to Eagle, hasn't got a time yet. And we'll see what he can put in as he comes down the back straight. Through the last couple of corners, what can Eagle do? In the Red Bull tonight, a 22.6 is what he puts in for now. Yeah, in the Red Bull tonight, filling in for WRL Lemon. And Julie Vane, his teammate tonight, still in the pits surprisingly. So yeah, a bit of an odd one there, but we've got just a bit of a break. I'm just going to see where my friend Locker is, if he's trying to join. Spare me 2 seconds, folks. I'll leave you on board with Phenom. Back to the action we go then. So Phenom, oh, we've got, as I've been, oh no! And as I've been away, just making sure my co-coms is, that is 2 drivers out. Shadows clearly had a issue down at turn 5, and Phenom's just gone straight into him. Surely would have seen him there. But yeah. Shadows goes, am I in the mud? In the mud. He's very much in the mud. It looks like Phenom will start below him though. Yeah, completely missed that because I was too busy checking where Locker is. But Phenom just seems to go straight into him there. Yeah, very odd thing to see. So it does mean that everyone's now just got to set time and retire, and we can get through to Q2. We're on board with EG46 Squid, and that's literally, he just needs to put that in. On 135, get in the pits, retire. That's all you need now to progress through to Q2. Remaining driver Snedden's still in the pits. He just needs to come back up. We've got another yellow flag out. Who is that? God, who is that? Borley has spun it in the pit lane. Don't DNF yourself now because you're definitely through. So here he comes in, and that's a very Tiddlewink. No, that is in the pits. Just making sure people will start to retire now. Yeah, Borley actually, and Biddle, I have to say, Bidley. A 22.0 and a 22.1 respectively. Good times up there, but Pines once again showing his pace in these wet conditions. 21.5. 5 temps clearer than anyone else. Got a few more drivers coming through now. Snedden coming back out onto the track then. He will be the last person to set a lap, and then everyone can just retire basically, as I've already said. Piggle getting a nice tow here. Off Ashy. Had that impeded him a bit there though. Ashy was on his own flying lap. He's on the inters actually, so they've gone to intermediates now. 22.8, and Piggle goes through over 22.5 on the wet, so it looks like we're around about the cut-off point. Just see what tyres people are actually on at the moment. Yes, there's a bit of a mix between the drivers. Pines, Wets, Orley and Bidley set their lap on the Inters. So yeah, there's a bit of difference between. Looks like, but it's just starting to dry up now. We should be all on to Inters come in Q2. Back off that then, and we will go. Jimmy Vane's gone through with 11th place then, 23-1. So we might as well just follow around Snedden, the last person to set a lap when he gets around to the last couple of corners. He's there now. Follow him around. I'll tell you what, we'll turn off the whole HUD. We'll follow the McLaren man around the lap. See what he can do. He comes then to the first kink in the straight, down to turn 1. And through turn 2, doesn't need to be that aggressive because he just needs to put a time in and come in. He might take it very slowly. Then through turns 3 and 4. Oh, very, very close there, Snedden. 24 flat is set to 1 time. But yeah, doesn't need to go too mad. Keep it on the track, whatever you do it. Just coming in the tyre. Very, very tentative through this second sector. Comes up towards 50.5 for the end of sector 2. Swings it in now. Turn 11. Upshifting quite early just so he doesn't get too many revs off these wet conditions, and now to the line we go then. Looks like it's going to be very, very, very nice cool lap here. Nice and easy. Towards the line Snedden comes then. And it's a 23.2, puts himself 12th. And that, guys, is everyone with the time. No one needs to be out there. They can just retire now. But as we're going, I think everyone might be coming in actually. But we've got anyone else fast? It looks like Eagle might be going for another fast lap. TJ's 3 temps up. Nigel Piggles retired in the pits. Redeemed drink from Pines. No co-coms at the moment. Still no co-coms, unfortunately. I don't know where he is. Must have been held up with something. Bidley goes through with 21.1. Clearly the track is drying now on those Inters. And yeah, looks like we just had Ginny Vane go up into 6th place yet of a 22.4. Locker saying invite me. I don't believe my party's on invite only. It might be though. Let's see if he is. Right. Bear with me, guys, while I just get our co-coms in. There's nothing really much to comment on anyway because everyone's free. So we just look forward now to Q2. The invite has been sent. Hopefully we'll be here in a second. And here he is, the man himself, FPRL Locker, on the co-coms tonight for you lads. How are we doing, mate?
I'm alright. Bloody women.
Your missus been holding you up?
Yeah, I've just basically had to force them out the door.
Polite way of putting it anyway.
Yeah.
Have you included your audio, sir?
I have, but I still need an invite to the session, please.
Oh, shocking. Yes, you do. Right, let me just do that for you right now.
Be quiet, Nigel Pickle. He said, whoa, don't be mean to Mrs. Locker.
Mrs. Locker. What a lass. Met her in real life now. What a lass. Hey, FPR Locker has joined. So, yeah, just for your information, Locker, Only had 16 tonight, so only one was going out.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Shadow put it in the wall, I think, at like turn 5, turn 6, and Phenom went straight into him. So both of them out.
Oh dear.
15th and 16th. So basically, everyone's through now. They can actually just retire and get on with Q2. We've got 2 minutes left, so I guess people are just wanting to maybe get some practice in. But as Shadow says, these lot are wasting their tyres.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I assume that means that the whole quali's going to be wet conditions.
Or maybe a wet race, but who knows?
Oh yeah, maybe a wet race. That's it. For TJ, he just invalidated, so he won't be going around. Wasn't wet for you on Wednesday, was it? It was fully dry, wasn't it?
Bone dry, mate.
Fully dry, yeah. That's it. Oh, Piggle saying in the chat, wet race as well. I don't know if he's bluffing or if that is actually the case.
If it is actually the case, it's a big spoil sport, so I'd like to be surprised.
Oh dear. Ruining the surprise for our locker here. Absolutely awful. Oh, by the way, Pines redeemed a CoComs drink about 5 minutes ago, so you got to do that.
Doesn't count, mate. I wasn't here at the time, sorry. No, don't worry. I'll do it.
Oh, no, it's alright. Piggle's just done it for you, mate. There you go.
There we go. Can done.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Snedden, clearly the looks like the track is drying as times are coming in quicker. Originally it was Pines setting the benchmark on the wet tyres with a 21.5, but it seems as if Biddle's gone now on a 20.5 on the inters, so definitely looks like the track's dry now.
So Pines was basically the quickest. Pines is on full wets on my screen.
He's still on full wets. He is as well. Still on full wets.
Okay.
I mean, clearly people going quicker on inters, but I don't know. Yeah, just
He's half a second up.
yeah. I mean, I don't even know why these guys are out. Like, I would not want to risk putting it in the wall with these conditions. He's just done.
That was nearly the best case ever.
Jeez. I don't know why they're out there. Just get in the pits. You don't need to be out there. Risk. Like, just retire. You're through.
I think Pines is here.
Yeah, I think he thought. I think he thought better of that. As we are now getting the checkered flag coming out, everyone on their final laps then. Are we going to see Squid go for his... No, he's invalidated. Who else have we got on track? Snedden is going at a snail's pace. He's run out of fuel.
Well on, Snedden.
Morley, I think, might be up on his time. He might come across and have another go. See if he can beat Bidley's time with a 20.5. Snedden's going to really impede it all now. Way there as he comes through the final corner. Borley, he's 7 tenths up, potentially go quicker here if he has a good last sector. I think he's gonna, you know.
He does.
Very, very good time there, and
That
little
is
indicator
that.
of things to come in Q2.
I tell you what, rushing them pair out is a good thing though, because they've both left to drink. Haha.
You scavenger.
Hey, it's not my fault.
Oh, yeah, that's one way of getting your drinks in for the CoComs. What's it? Redeem. Yeah, you're gonna get redeemed probably a load of CoComs drinks tonight.
Yeah. Hello, Gary.
And maybe comms drinks as well. Oh, hello, Gary. Yeah, don't put it in the wall tonight, mate.
Good old Gary.
Oh yeah, I just got to tell Gary actually, 'cause it wasn't working earlier. I don't know why it wasn't sharing to the Discord, but I have put up the tweet, and I have tweet cursed you tonight. So
Ha.
yeah, I put something like, "You've had a good, consistent run of results. Can you go one better tonight for a win? We shall see." So quickly, we'll just quickly go through the classification for Q1. We've got 15 seconds left. Just the two drivers going out then. Two that unfortunately binned it. Well, Shadow binned it. Finion just wet in the back of him, or the front of him, I should say. But they're 15th and 16th, and the other 14 will be progressing through to Q2.
Well, that was fun.
It was very fun. Hopefully it gets even more fun in Q2. Pines in the chat, lads, don't get your hopes up for me in the race. I can't do a race here without spinning it at least 5 times.
Fraud.
Yeah, we're not getting our hopes up, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, dry.
Okay, well that was quick.
That's the quickest transition from wet to dry ever.
I mean, considering we just had Pines out on inters. Oh, sorry, Pines out on wets, and he was actually up on his time, and now it's bone dry.
Wow. And who's going to be the first out? A Ferrari. We've got a McLaren. We've got somebody else and somebody else.
I think it's Biddly Boy. Oh no, someone's beaten him to it. I think it's that. It's the Alfa Romeo, I think.
I think
Bawley, yeah.
I think both Astons have come out right next to each other if you look.
Is this going to be a little bit of a tow going on, do you think, Locker?
Maybe. Hopefully.
I mean, you got a good place to do a good tail on this back straight here. You got a nice long straight to do it on.
Definitely.
Shadow in the chat. What the hell? Predicted weather for me, said it was pissing it down for the entire quali. Well, that's definitely not out of the case, mate.
Good old Cody's.
Good old Cody's, and is Silverside Boy slowing down for the two Astons? It is, yeah, getting out of the way. So it's going to be then Corley, the first driver to set a lap in these new dry conditions for Q2. Locker, do you want to take him round for a lap?
Yeah, I can do, but I don't know corner names, so it's just going to be turn 1,
That's
2,
fine,
3,
mate.
etc. As he comes down the start finish right now, whacks the DRS on. You get the telemetry up, so it's even better. Round into turn 1, hooks the inside on both turn 1 and turn 2, in fact. Power down on this chicanes where you won't get your turning point. It's easy to invalidate on there, but he looks a bit tentative, to be honest. Obviously gives us the first purple sector. And on the second DRS. Is it second? Does that class it second DRS or first, technically? Either way, it's getting down it now. I've lost count of turn numbers already. I'm hopeless. As he comes down to the airpin, you've got a Williams just ahead of him. Should get out the way, and does. He comes down the back straight now. Whacks open his DRS. And it's just pedal to the metal now. Final chicane. Can he keep it out the World Champions? Ooh, yes he does, but it seemed a bit slower. They probably would have liked, and goes across the line, gives us a first time of a 1:12.0.
12.0, then Bawley sets the benchmark, and Nigel Pearl goes and beats that by 2/10 and an 11.8. TJ goes through with a 12.8, and Silverside Boy through an 11.6. So maybe the track is just getting to its peak, or the guys are just starting to get used now to the driving.
Yeah.
If anyone heard a massive bang there during that hot lap, yeah, my controller fell on the floor because I had to save one of my guitars from falling on the floor. So
Oh dear. And Biddley just comes
What it
across the
stand.
line with her 11.5.
yeah, good lap from the Biddley. He said he's going quite well around here actually in the chat before the race.
He did.
And I say that Eagle goes even quicker with an 11.3. I don't know if this is actually just driver going faster and faster and faster, or the track is actually just slightly getting to its full dryness.
Yeah, I mean, Juno Vane's just gone quicker than Biddley as well, with a 11.3, just shy of his teammate for the evening.
Yeah, both in the 11.3s would be a good start for the Red Bull boys. If they can keep that, I know they're a few more points that has to be said in the constructors, so that'll be a good start for them if they can both start on the front row come Q3. Got a few more times going through. Stiffmeister goes through an 11.7, and Squid goes through an 11.9.
Ashik put in his first hot lap of the 12.1 as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Funny wing there, did knock the wall there. 64 thousandths down. We'll see if he can improve through sector 2.
Whether he's going for another one because he ain't got the DRS levels, unfortunately. But
oh, okay, yeah, you don't really want to be doing that, mate.
Naughty.
If that was for 30 seconds left to go, then be looking at that very carefully. But I guess with 9 minutes to go, your eye on us. Tiddlywink in the pits, Pines and Snedden coming back out for their out laps.
yeah, I think Snedden's going to be the first one out of the two of them to set us his lap. So do you want to take us round on Snedden's lap?
Yeah, we'll go around with Snedden. We've already been round with him once on a slow, wet lap. We'll go around again on the broadcast camera, actually, in the dry conditions. Let's see what he can do then as he comes up to turns 3 and 4 now. Nicely now, and then through the little chicane. 19.8 through the first sector then. Turns 5 and 6. And as we've already said, a very easily placed. You can lose the back end, but he goes through there alright. Now up to 7 and 8. And now, as we come now down to the hairpin, 42.4 is the split time for sector 2. And now it's just full throttle down the back straight for the final corners. Turn 13 and 14. They actually class that little kink in the straight locker as a turn, by the way.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Turn 12. A bit pointless. As he comes across the line, man, is it going to be provisional in first place? It is.
Wow.
In Q2 anyway. 11.1. So yeah, a little vision of things to come. Maybe in Q3 if he can get it in there. But good lap there from Snedden. Pines is now coming across the line. And what can Pines do? We know that he's also quick in quali. I don't think it's going to be quite as good. Just behind 11.2.
We've got TJ on a hot lap as well. Just coming towards the end of sector 1. He's only a 10th up at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably got some time to gain in the second and third sector. Maybe he didn't take the last corner too well. Wants to get extremely tight to that barrier there.
Yeah.
I know in practice I've knocked my wing off a few times on that barrier. You need to get as close as possible to get the turn in, but that was very close.
Looks like you've gone very deep in the hairpin as well. But I have noticed some people like to do that. Take a wide entry into the hairpin and just get the foot down early as possible coming on this straight.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. As he now comes to the last corners then, is he going to invalidate? He's nice through there okay, but what time can he produce? There's a 12.8 beforehand, what can he do this time?
12.0.
12.0, but he will have to go out again as he is only P11 at the moment.
Who else have we got? Cross Creed on his out lap, he looks like the next one on track. Actually, Bidley.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Bidley coming down the back straight. He was just under 2 tenths up. So he's looking at around about 3rd, 4th place here. But what can he do through the last corners? Confident very well. This could challenge first place.
Oh!
He's done it by 5 thousandths to Snedden's. 1:11, 1:67. Great lap from Bidley.
Very good lap. And backing up what he was saying earlier as well in the chat before. He was feeling very quick around here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to get the 10s definitely in in Q3. We might even get a 10 in end of this session with people going out again. But I reckon the pole time's going to be around 10.6. 10.6, 10.5, I reckon. Pole time for Q3.
I'm going to go a little bit slower. I'm going to go 10.7.
Well, we shall soon see after this session who is correct then. What else in the chat? Silverside Boy, thanks Ashy for the toe. I mean, yeah, he got a toe, but down in P7, we definitely want to go out again, which he has done there now, Silverside Boy.
Is anybody else on all that? Juno Vane coming on the back straight now.
Vane, and we've also got Ashy behind, who I know just on board with his 6 temps up, so he will be improving to around about 7th if he can keep his pace up. Juno Vane, however, now comes through the last couple of calls. I'm
wow.
almost sure he invalidated there, but he gets through there just okay.
Just okay
and
indeed.
Goes even quicker.
Right.
Ashley comes through, and I think he must have invalidated. Yeah, he has.
Oh, he's got the this and next, so he needs to get round as quick as possible now. Without obviously cutting corners, please, Ashley. Like that. Oh, dearie. Right, who else have we got?
Let's have a look. I'm just going to keep an eye, because it's near the end of the session now and he's in the drop zone, so...
Cross green validated. Gary does improve to 11.6. Bullseye's out lap. I just caught him as he was going across the line.
That's out lap, I think.
Snedden's coming across the start of his lap now.
Stiffmeister on the back straight, getting all the toe there.
Oh dear.
Who are we oh-boying at? Oh, I see who we're oh-boying at. Oh, Paulie. He's in a right ball lake again, look. And he's in the wall. Oh dear. There's a crash there, and Bordy is the first.
Oh, Snedden! Is anybody coming close to him? TJ's the close.
TJ will be the first one.
I reckon the car will be gone by the time TJ gets there. Just over half 10 foot though, TJ. Still not going to be quite good enough to get him into Q. Oh! Bit of a tricky place that is.
Yeah, that's exactly what Brookie did yesterday in Tier 1. Just probably got on the curb a bit too much, and he's just thrown it round into the barrier. So it does mean then, with 2 people going out, another 2 are still yet to go out. TJ needs to put a good time in here in order to make sure he's into Q3.
Yeah, I said at Sector 1 he was just over half a 10 foot. Sector 2 he was 5 temps up.
Oh, then he's going to go up to around about Piggle at the moment. Will it be enough though? He comes through the last sector, the last corner, sorry, and it's a good exit. What can he do?
P8.
P8. Juno Vega's even quicker of a 10.8. There we go. He's showing his quali pace.
It's just... Right, who else have we got? There's a McLaren coming down the back straight. There's Gary on the lap. No, he's invalidated. Red Bull.
Gary has put in a 11.3 though, so I think he should be safe with that. Gary is into the pits. That's his qualifying over Eagle then. 11.3 has invalidated, and he will not get another lap. So that is him done. I think he should be safe though in 5th.
Yeah, Crossbury's the next one across the line, mate, sorry. Oh, he looks like he was warming up for a lap, sorry.
Squid is invalid. Squid looks like he's out. He won't get around in time. So that is his quali over. Fiddling's still in the pits. Does he need an invite or something? I didn't see him leave.
I haven't seen him. He hasn't said anything in the chat or No, he hasn't said anything in the Discord, in the chat. So,
No?
so realistically,
if that's the case, then I think
Squid's just done a 360.
I think that's it then. Yeah, Squid can't improve.
Ashy.
Oh no, Ashy might.
So, yeah, I think Ash is realistically the only one that can make it to 10-car Q3. And he does touch the wall coming out in the open, ever so slightly.
Yeah, the thing here is though, is Cross Kerry will be in. Has he been? Cross Kerry binned it? Oh, Cross Kerry's binned it.
Oh! Finds. He's just. Oh, and bloody Ashley consolidates anyway at the last corner. 11-8. Still wouldn't be good enough to go through, unfortunately, for him. But.
Yeah, right.
Piggle's the 10th down through sector 2, so yeah, I think that's it. So it's going to be an 8-car Q3, is it not?
8-car Q3, yeah, it will be. Yep, Snedden and Cross Kerry both binned it. So did Borley and Squid not fast enough to beat those two. So you're right. Yep, it will be an 8-car Q3 coming up. Pickle's going for it anyway. What would he have done?
11-4, I think that was.
Shadow in the chat instead of 110.673. Very precise for Q3 pole.
Tell you what, if that comes in on my next payday, I'll send him a tennis so he can get himself a couple of pints.
There you go, you've heard it now, Shadow. So definitely stream record or voice record that in case that does come in. What are the chances of that coming in? Don't think so now because Pines has already gone quicker. So
well. We shall soon see. I mean, we don't know if it's raining in Q3 yet.
No, we don't. I don't think it will now. I think it probably will stay dry. I've never seen it go from rain to dry to rain again, but we'll soon find out.
Tell you what, wearing this headset with my new specs is killing me here.
See if Tillywink is in, just to be sure.
I didn't see him. It did go off pretty quick, to be fair, but I didn't see him on the loading screen when they have the. Oh, hello.
Oh, okay.
Well then, that's just saved myself a tenner. Sorry, Ashdown.
How has that happened? So it's raining, then it's dry, and it's raining again. I don't think I've ever seen that.
The Astons have done it
anyway.
The Astons have done it again. Come out right next to each other. I mean, what if it's rain, dry, rain through quali? What the bloody hell's it going to be for the race? Snowing?
Yeah, imagine that snowy F1 race. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Red Bull have done it before. F1 car in snowy conditions in the little experiments that they do.
Yeah. Oh, Shadow's put in the chat, I'm 16 anyway, Locker, so you wouldn't be able to have the points. To be fair,
I didn't
reckon
specify what the pint was. It could have been water, it could have been Coke.
Pint of milk.
Just let us know your favourite milk, mate. Blue, red, or green.
I mean, to be fair, I think half the country at 16 is probably drinking anyway, so.
Definitely around Stoke.
Right then, so let's go on board with these two Astons, and it's Nigel Piggle that is going to be the first one to go around again in these wet conditions again. How wet is it actually? It's Inters. It's not really wet. Oh, TJ just behind, he's lost his front wing.
Oh, you
the World
dope.
Champions. Oh no, what an idiot.
Bloody Stokey Aston Martin fraud.
Yeah, Lost that end plate on the front right. That'll be him back to the pits for a new wing. We'll go back on board then with Mr. Nigel Piggle, who's going to be setting the first lap of this session. Ooh, I think he went over the curb a bit there, got very bumpy. 23.4 is the split time through Sector 1. Rides the curb there. I think it's turn 6. I think Silverside Boy, has he gone for a spin?
Oh, he's definitely invalidated his lap either way.
So FP Racing, I'm sure TJ had a win a second ago. I'm pretty sure it's David in the chat, so yeah.
Up the wall face. Pole for pole, please. Thank you.
That's all you care about, isn't it? Just pole for poles. Piggle then, coming down the back straight. What's he going to put in for us? I'm going to say around the 20 mark, maybe? I might be miles off with that.
22.4. Wrong. 29.
20.9 set the benchmark. What can Mr. Bidley do behind him?
That's what Mr. Biddley can do.
He says, tell you what, Piggle, I'll go 1 whole second quicker than you. Have that. Stiffmeister comes across the line. 20.9, goes a bit quicker than Piggle, but not as quick. Silverside Boy, oh yeah, that spin, 1:30.7. What a shocking time that is. Jimmy Vane invalidates. Who else have we got coming around? Mr. Pines is invalidated.
Eagles behind Pines.
Go on board with Eagle then. See what he can do. I mean, that's a great first lap from Biddle. A whole second in front of the rest, but we'll see what Eagle can put in.
I reckon in between Sticky and Piggle. Okay, quicker than them both.
20.027 is the time for him. Who's next to come across? TJ's back out onto the track.
David's putting in the track. David Troll face. But we have got the pole for pole live. Who've we got on the votes? Let's have a look. We have Bidley, Piggle, Pines, Eagle, and Juno Vane. And
well, talking of Mr. Juno Vane, here he comes. Oh man, he's gone invalidated.
What a plum.
So, yeah, I mean, at the moment, Locker, only 4 drivers setting times on that first run.
TJ's come back out on his out lap as well, I've noticed that. I mean,
we've...
Go on. I was going to say, out of those 5 I just mentioned, who were in the pole for pole, have you got your eye on anybody, do you reckon?
Well, I mean, Pines has got the most votes at the moment, but he's had a bad start to the session. He will have to come in and change his tyres. We know he's got the pace, he does like the wet conditions. I mean, Biddle's been up there all session, so whether or not he's actually got the pace to compete with Pines' quality pace, because we know that is really, really good in this tier. It's just his racing that lets him down. I'm going to go with the majority. I'm going to go with Pines. I reckon he'll come in and stick the the fresher set on and probably grab it off Biddle.
See, I'm backing Biddle. He said it in the chat earlier, he was feeling good round here, he's got the pace. And to be fair, even in the wet conditions, granted he might not been closer than he would have liked in the dry, but certainly in the wet he's pulled it out the back, so I am actually backing Bidley. He'll probably hate me for that, because knowing me, I've just probably cursed him.
I thought you'd be backing either Piggle or TJ to back the old Aston boys.
No bias here,
no
mate.
faith.
No bias here, mate.
Here comes one of those Aston Martin boys. TJ going across the line now. What can he produce? 21.2. He is at the back of the pack of the guys that have set a lap.
Gino Vane and Silverside Boy basically following each other through sector 2.
Yep, so that's easy, very easy to follow. Silverside Boy 49.2 and Ginny Vane. I didn't tell you what Ginny Vane was, but Ginny Vane's a lot further down. He's actually about 5 seconds slower than Silverside Boy at the moment. So
yeah,
I've
Shadows in the chat. Only amateurs invalidate. Only the skilled bin it at turn 5.
Oh, and only Gary invalidates again at turn 14.
Good old Gary. Oh, it's this and
So-
next as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a time in now. He's going to have to get round extremely quick, get back in the pits and come back out. Unless he doesn't look like he's got enough fuel to do 2 laps because it's already flashing. So he might be out of this session without a lap here.
Good old Gary. Who else have we got? TJ looks like he's on his in lap. Oh no, TJ looks like he's going again.
Stiffmeister is around at the end of sector 2. Doesn't look like he might have come off the throttle a bit. Oh no, he might be going still. I think he is actually, yeah.
Oh, it's,
2 temps down though.
yeah. There's a McLaren behind him. That's going to be Gary. And actually both Astons are currently on track as well now. Again.
Yeah, everyone will start to come out back on track now. Only 3 minutes left. Everyone will come back on for their final runs. Can Stiffmeister do any better? Oh, I thought he was going to invalidate there. Looked like a very early turn in, but he's kept it out of the wall and not invalidated. 20.8 only improves by a little bit.
Yeah, I've just been riding on board with TJ for a little bit, and it looks like he's struggling in these wet conditions. Whether it's just it is just the wet he's struggling with, or whether it's not a good track for him, I don't know. But obviously the championship leader currently, he'll be looking for a good haul of points.
Well, I mean, he's got some reassurance, well, a bit of comfort tonight with midfield Maestro. Oh, and that's him invalidated. And that will be his quaddy over.
He has got enough
He's got the
battery.
fuel.
Yeah, I was going to say if he's got the fuel. Oh no, he's backed off straight away as soon as he's gone the line. Oh, it's this and next for him. So if he can get around again quickly.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so yeah, I mean, I don't think TJ really now is going to have this. Well, looks like he's got the fuel. He's carrying a lot of fuel. He's been out on those tyres now for a good 3 or 4 laps. So he's clearly gone out of a lot of fuel and trying maybe to just get used to the track a little bit.
Yeah, whether he's I don't know whether he's trying to help his teammate a little bit as well, because he knows his teammate's stronger in this track. I'm not 100% sure, as Piggle does come through sector 2, sector purple time, just under 2 temps up on his previous best. That's still only going to be good enough for currently P4 if it's the same pace through sector 3.
No, whether he'll have enough battery for a second one, I don't know. He's already at 40%, so I don't think he will really have a competitive lap anyway. Comes through the last chicane now. I don't think he's going to improve. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'll take that back. He does improve with a 20.3, but it isn't enough to get him up into that pole position. Biddle coming on to his last lap now, then he's slowed down, going to come back again. Eagle has invalidated. Biddle's into the pits, so he
Ooh,
won't be setting another lap.
Pines!
Pines! Oh, he's bottled it, and there you go, man. I should have had faith in Mr. Bidley, but there could still be Eagle or any of the others to upset him. But yeah, Pines once again, what a bottle job.
Pines has actually said in the chat, "Ah, mate, the track got wetter." Ooh.
does look like it's raining more actually. Maybe that's why Biddle has come in.
And Piggle's actually down
Yeah.
on his time, and you know Piggle, he will just absolutely go for it, and if he's going for it and still down on his time, then probably backs up what Pines has just said.
Yeah, Eagles backed off. I think that is Bidley on pole then. Yeah, should have had the faith like Mr. Locker here.
Thank you! See, Bidley, I trust in you, my friend.
I think TJ's just took a knock into the wall again for good measure. See what Gary can do then. He's not going to set a competitive time because the track has got wetter, but let's see what he can do anyway. He hasn't got a time yet. It don't invalidate again, for God's sake.
Yes!
Oh, yes!
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Professional.
Well, that's just brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. Really, oh dear. Well, in effect then, Locker, we had a 7-card P3. But yeah, I have to say, I think that is Bidley's first pole for some time. He'll be very pleased with that. The 19.990 broke into the 19s in those wet conditions, and he takes pole from Eagle 78X in the Red Bull tonight by 37 thousandths, so very close between those two. It's sure going to be a good watch off the line then to see who gets into first off the line into turn 1. Pines third with a 20.2, and you've got Nigel Piggle fourth, Braston with a 20.3, and a bit further down Stiffmeister in the Williams in 5th, Ginny Vane 6th, TJ 7th, and unfortunately not setting a time. Silverside Boy, turn 13 and 14,
Broad.
definitely getting the better of him in that last sector, in the last session.
Right. I do need to go to the little boy's room, so hopefully nobody readies up. Look at that. Sunny. Right, I'll be back in a second. I'll be as quick as I can.
Okay, matey. Ooh, and as you can see probably at the top of my screen, and someone has gone readied up. Oh, God's sake. There's no new drivers tonight. Everyone should know this by now. God's sake. Well, looks like we're going straight away, and it looks like they might have wanted a bit of time to look at their setups, because you can see in the top right of the screen there the clouds coming over. I don't know whether that's clearing or whether we could potentially see some rain later on in the race, but it is a dry start. As we go then down to the grid, excuse me, hiccups there, to the grid for the outlap, and we'll just bring up the tyre graphic for you.
Well,
Yep, someone did ready up, Locker.
Well then. Good job, I was quick.
A very good job. We're just saying to the viewers, just bringing up the tyre graphic, and everyone opting for hards apart from Piggle and Ginny Vane. Now, with everyone opting for hards, am I suspecting potentially a wet end to the race?
Possibly, but because we had obviously on Wednesday we had a fully dry session, fully dry race. That was the main strategy that they give you, the hard to mediums. I think even on Wednesday there was only the odd 2 or 3 maybe that went for the mediums at the start. So, I mean, you could be right and it could be a repeat of Wednesday, like I've just said, but we shall soon see in a few laps.
We will do indeed. So, looks like Snedden is really back in the pack up here. Bit of a gap between him and his teammate Silverside Boy in 8th, but we will quickly just go down the grid from back to front then. So in 16th place is Phenom, who crashed out in Q1 for Alfa Romeo. 15th also crashing out in Q1 is Shadows in the Haas. P14 is Tiddlywink in the AlphaTauri. P13 Ashi in the Ferrari tonight. P12 is Borley in the Alfa Romeo. P11 is Squid in the Mercedes. And Locker, if you could go through the top 10 for us,
Yep,
mate.
of course, can. So in P10 we've got Crossbury in the Williams, and then P9 we have in P9 and P8 we have the McLarens of first Snedden and then Silverside Boy. P7 we have TJM in the Aston Martin. P6 Junior Vane in the Red Bull. 5th we have Stiffmeister in Williams. 4th Piggle in the other Aston Martin. Pines P3 in the Merc. Eagle in the Red Bull in P2, and then on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix we have Bidley in the Ferrari.
Thank you very much, Locker. Yeah, fantastic qualifying from Billy. I'm extremely proud of that. But this man here, Eagle 78X, in second place, will be looking to get him off the line as we have 5 red lights coming on for this Tier 2 race in Canada. A very short hold, and it's go, go, go here in Canada. And it looks like Billy's got a good start, but look at Nigel Piggle. What a start it is, but I don't know if there was a bit of contact there, but what a start he's got off the line. From 4th place, he's into 1st. And what's happening out of the back, Locker?
Whoa! TJ's around. TJ's had a nightmare. It's all I can say. I didn't quite get it because I was focused on the front, but yeah, I've just come back on board with TJ as soon as you said that, and he was on the grass at turns 1 and 2. So I don't know if there was contact. As we've got Junior Vane now trying to dive up his inside, and to see if TJ does have any slight damage. Can't see it visually, but favour at the front of Summit just happened to Pines because he's just dropped down a couple of places as well.
Yeah, he's just gone wide, and it's getting very, very, very close between all the drivers here on this first lap. What a start though from Nigel Piggle. Those medium tyres proving to be the better tyre to start on than the Haas. He got a fantastic launch, and it's him in first, Bidley in second. Eagles in 3rd, and it looks like Silverside Boy battling with Pines in 4th and 5th as Snedden goes off the track down at 13 and 14 and drops right now down to 9th place. Crossbury then into the pits, got a 5-second for spin in the pit lane, which will not please him. But Snedden, yeah, definitely has made a mistake down at the last chicane. He's dropping right down the order now, battling with Shadows for 10th and 9th place. But just reiterating again, a fantastic start from Nigel Piggle. Will quickly bring up the position changes whilst all this action is quickly going on. And we can see that he's made 3 positions off the start. Silverside Boy's actually made 4 positions, and even behind Squid and Ashy and Tiddlywink all made 5, 6 and 6, as well as Shadow and Phenom making 5 places up as well. So some very good starts for some people. Admittedly, Stiffmeister, TJ, Ginny Vane and Crossbury all losing out.
Yeah, I think what's reiterated Piggle's very good start. He's already nearly 3 seconds clear of Bidley in P2 by the end of lap 2. So,
I mean, yeah, he's got fantastic race pace, it looks at the moment. He hasn't even used a lot of his battery. You can see he's used about half of it, so he's still got half in the tank. So fantastic first 3 laps from Piggle. Ashy is into the pits. DRS is now enabled, and it looks like it's going to be a front wing change for the Ferrari man. Medium tyres go on. Yeah, he was missing the front left end plate.
yeah, absolutely fantastic start from Nigel Piggle. It does look like we've got a little closest back. Well, there's a few battles going on at the moment. Obviously, DRS just enabled. We've got a little bit of a train, literally a 3-car train between Silverside Boy and the 2 Mercedes. And then further back, we've got the penalties at there. Penalties, that's just because Ashley's just got a 3-second penalty, sorry. And further back, we've got a few battles as well.
Yeah, we've got, like you say, like it's a sort of a train between Tiddlywink back to Stiffmeister, and then we've got one in front of Squid, Pines, and Silverside Boy as Pines makes the move, does he? And that's meant that Gary's had to slow right down. His Squid now also going to go through. The other Merc is going to try and hold it round the outside is Silverside Boy.
He's not giving up.
Around turn
P5.
2. Squid will have the traction, and they're still side by side now going to turns 3 and 4. It is Squid then that takes the place off him. It was a very, very tight move there from Pines, and Silverside Boy will be moaning that he had to lift off the throttle in order for there to be no contact, which is ultimately left him now to lose P5.
Yeah.
He's back. He's alongside again though, Locker.
Oh. Sorry, I was watching the Eagle. And by the time I got... Yeah, I think he's going to be close enough now. If he gets the traction off this hairpin now, Silverside Boy, he will have a good run up on Squid up into that final chicane if we haven't got yellow flags. What's happened? Oh, it's Bidley!
Oh, Bidley's clearly lost the back end out of the hairpin. He will be kicking himself for that. He drops right down into 8th place and now 9th with Phenom going through. He's still in the points places, but that is not what he would have wanted to happen. Just now needs to get his head down and go again. Nigel Piggle then has a 4-second lead over second place Eagle.
Yeah. I think obviously he already had a decent enough gap, and then with that spin by Bidley, it's just increased that gap by a couple of seconds on P2. So yeah, it's just how long he can go on these tyres now. I mean, with the likes of obviously Juno Vane and Piggle starting on the mediums, where do you think they can go to with their strategy? What lap?
Oh, we got? Sorry, interrupt. Squid. Squid's off.
Oh dear.
Spin at turn 5 and 6. So after that battling with Silverside Boy, he will not be enjoying that. I don't know if Bidley's got maybe a little tiny bit of damage, but it seems to be a little bit of a train behind him. Maybe he's just getting his tyres back down to the right temperature.
Yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare to get your tyre temps back down after you spawn. I mean, not only in this league, we've had in several leagues where I've been spinning, and then it just takes me a while to get the temps back to normal. I mean, that's just me though.
Oh, Snedden.
And Gary.
But gets a time. Yeah, and Gary and Shadow, for that matter, as well. And now here comes Bidley on Shadow. And Stiffmeister on Borley. We've got 4 cars side by side here. Oh, and it's contact! Shadows and Bidley make contact at turn 1, and it's going from bad to worse. For the Ferrari driver, he still stays 9th, but it is not going well. And now a 3-second time penalty. It can't get any worse.
No, it cannot. As Ashley gives us a fastest lap of a 13.5, albeit at the back of the grid, but yeah. So just going to focus on the front a bit. We've got Pines within the DRS of Eagle. P2.
With that then, Pines on Eagle. Eagle slightly brought the gap down to Piggle. It's now 3.7, so he's gained 2 or 3 temps. I think the mediums are just starting to wear off a bit now. To answer your question, I know you asked it a few minutes ago about how long mediums can go. I mean, it advises you to go 15 laps on them. I would say if you've got good tyre wear, probably about lap 20 you could probably take them to.
And
probably at the max though.
Yeah, I think Piggle's one of them. He is rather good on his tyres. So I just wish there was a feature where we could actually see tyre wear while we're on spectators. That would be phenomenal for the comms.
Yeah, I think it does pop up now and again now on this new game, but you don't see it that often in the race. As we're still on board with Pines now, is he going to make the move into the hairpin? No, he's not. He'd be silly to, because he'd lose the DRS. Surely now will take Eagle to second place. Eagle gets a bit better run, but he's definitely got the pace now. Here comes Pines then.
Yeah, before
easy pass, really.
Yeah, gets it done well before the chicane. Well, not well before the chicane, just before the chicane. And still gets the DRS down the pit straight as well.
Yeah, now Eagle will just want to stay in the DRS if he can. It can pull him along. to just stay with Pines. Silverside Boy is now 5 seconds back ahead of his teammate Snedden. Tiddlywink, has to be said, he's had a good start to the race, up from 14th. He's now in 6th. A penalty to his name, but still a good start from the AlphaTauri. Borley and Ash, Borley's into the pits, and he's out on another set of mediums. Squid with a time penalty as well. I don't know, I think at the moment these top 3 are looking strong. They've got no penalties as it stands. Phenom and Stiffmeister haven't either, but obviously they have got those 3 other cars in front of them.
Yeah. I think as well the gap between Eagle MP3 and Silverside Boy MP4 is just increasing ever so slightly, bit by bit. As we got... Has Phenom just made a move on Tiddlywink in the hairpin?
He has. He's gone sent it down the inside of the hairpin, but Tiddlywink's going to come back around the outside. And as I say that, the McLaren boys are doing a swap at the front as well.
Is that a little bit of team orders from Zach Brown?
Potentially, but yeah, we're getting this 4-car battle going again now. The 2 McLarens and Tiddlywink and Phenom, but Phenom surely will try to go for another go on Tiddlywink this lap. As we've seen also as well, Locker, the gap now between first and second now 3 seconds. Looks like those mediums are starting to go off already.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a case, obviously, we know what Pines is like with regards to his pace. It could be a case of Pines has just got that move done on Eagle and just got his foot down, and it could be a mixture of as Crossbury gets a 3-second penalty, or it could be a case of what you've just said, the mediums are just slightly wearing off on Piggle.
Yeah, 2.4 now is the gap, and there's a yellow flag, and I think it's Crosskerry. Yeah, he's around turn 6.
Oh dear.
He's not having the best day, is he?
No. There's that ball he comes past, and that puts, unfortunately, Crossbury down into the back of the grid. Oh, and he's round again.
Oh. And yeah, definitely not having the best day at the office here is Crosskerry. Binned it in quali as well, unfortunately, in Q2. I wouldn't like to see him come in and retire yet, because anything can happen still. There's no drivers gone out yet, so it most likely could be a safety car. So I'd like to see him stick it out. Ashley gets another 3-second penalty. Eagle is just trying to hold on to that 1 second. As Pines is round!
Pines is round! Where the McLarens are coming up to him as well. Snedden goes through. Silverside Boy goes through. Where's Tiddlywink? Because he was close to those McLarens. Doesn't quite get past. So I think if Tiddlywink can stick with Pines, I think he can get back onto them McLarens quite quickly.
Yeah, Tiddlywink's gone wide at the hairpin, and Phenom takes the opportunity to cut back in front, and Crosskerry really isn't having the best day, is he?
Oh, what's he done now?
He's off at turn 3.
Oh no.
So 3.5 then, now the gap between Piggle and Eagle. There's another, he's up again, and he's now DNF'd.
What's gonna happen here? Is that a full safety? It says a full safety car. I can see it on the map.
Full safety car, yeah. Well, for Piggle, that's probably come at a good time, but as I'm saying that, Locker, it's getting darker. Are we in for some rain soon?
We shall see, because if there's no more rain, if there's no rain, sorry, never mind, never more. If there's no rain now, Piggle should come in, and it's Tiddlywink.
What's happened there?
What has happened there?
As he drove into Crosskerry's car.
Squid!
I'm missing this. Hold on, that's fine.
Go on, Borley. Borley's coming round to it now. Yeah. It's Ashley's pitted and is actually on the enters.
No.
Ashley?
Yeah. It's not raining yet, Ashley. Maybe Maybe he thinks the rain's coming any minute and it's going to rain? He's trying to do what?
Piggle stayed out.
Oh.
To answer our question.
Ah, right. So that must mean that rain is coming then, otherwise he definitely would have come in right now.
Tiddlewinks actually said in the chat, great. This is in 4 messages. Great. My AI just crashed. My AI just bleep crashed.
Now, I don't know how long the rain's out, but if it's not going to come for another 5-6 lap, I like Junie Vane's thinking here. But he's already near the back. He can get past a load of drivers on the softs and then come in when everyone else comes in for wets.
Ah.
So I think that's a good bit of thinking from Junie Vane, because he was near the back anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm still a bit bamboozled by Ashley, but hey ho, move on.
Yeah, I think he's trying to gamble that it's going to rain before the safety car comes in. I mean, either Ashi or Junu's going to be the one that's done a good move here.
Yeah.
Don't think. Oh, you know what this game's like. It can rain and then the whole track can be wet in the space of a couple of laps. But I'm not too sure. Piggle will go around again. The safety car as the back three still need to catch up. But yeah, 3 drivers out in the space of 1 lap, and it looked like they all just crashed into each other at the same corner.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it was one of them corners as well. If when you come round it blind, you can't quite see where the car is on the track in front of you. It's just one of those unfortunate things, I'm afraid.
I don't know whether Gary's been listening to us in the chat, but he's also coming for softs.
He's definitely been listening.
The thing is, I don't know if I would have done that where he was. He was up in P4. So he's lost a lot of places doing that.
Yeah, he's got to get past people like Juno Vane as well. He isn't going to be easy to get past. He's got to get past the likes of Shadows, Bidley, Stiffmaster, Phenom, and Pines for that matter as well. If he gets up to that far, that quick, of course.
Yeah, I mean he should be able to get past a few, but I wouldn't have come in and thrown away 8 positions. Juno, I can understand he was around 10th, 11th, so he didn't really have nothing to lose. But yeah, a bit of a. I don't know if I would have gone with that. Silverside Boy. David Lolface, subscribe with Prime. They have now subscribed for 7 months. Thank you very much, Mr. Lolface.
Ooh. Safety car in this lap.
So then, Mr. Nigel Piggle will be slowing the pack up. But when will he decide to go? At the time, is he going to go on the chicane or just before it?
Now.
And he's leaving it even longer.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Slightly caught Eagle out by around a 10th. But doesn't look like.
There's a massive pile up. Massive pile. Pines. Oh, and even further back as well. Phenom's off. Pines is off again. Oh, this is carnage on this restart here. Everyone's just trying to sort of make their way past. A bit like the Tier 1 restart at the end of the race yesterday. Everyone's just fighting for position. The 2 soft runners then of Junie Vane and Silverside Boy trying to make some ground, and they're trying to now get past Pines, who's on 13 lap old hards. Junie Vane trying to make a move and can't do it on this occasion.
Yeah, and I think on my screen I've just seen the flash, you know, where it goes over to rain. I think I've just seen that flash.
Well, we could be seeing Inters very soon, and Ashi is actually not that bad. I don't know whether it's just maybe our screens aren't showing the rain that correctly, but it's not dropping back that much.
No. Always Tidgham. I mean, one person who has benefited from the safety car restart is the Bidley. He's up into P4.
Yeah.
Eagle.
What a great restart for him.
Yeah.
Eagle, sorry, you were saying?
I was going to say Eagle and is just sort of kept the same gap from the restart to now on Peggle. But I think Snedden's crept a little bit closer to Eagle.
Yeah, and as we say that now, I've just seen the spots of rain coming down, and these soft runners of Ginny Vane and Silverside Boy can't really make any ground. Like I said before, Ginny Vane really hasn't lost out too much. He was around this position, but Silverside Boy has really thrown away about his 4th place here.
Yeah.
And everyone should soon be in for wets as Pines goes very wide at the hairpin and now fighting with Stiffmeister. There's almost contact, and it's amazing how they don't make any.
Yeah, what I've been noticing as well, up until the hairpin where they got a little bit wide and a little bit deep, Ashley was actually gaining on the people in front of him. I thought that said disabled then, his DRS is actually enabled. We have got a couple of people in the pits, Shadows and Silverside Boy. So are they going to go onto the enters? I think they have. Yeah, they have.
We're going for inters now. Where is that too early? We will soon see with the gaps that they have between the other drivers. Ginny Vane and Bordy having a good battle here, and Ginny Vane does make the move stick. Everyone now seeming to get penalties. There's still 4 or 5 drivers that haven't. Piggle, Eagle, Stiffmeister, Pines and Phenom. That could prove to be very important come the end of the race. Will we see the leaders come in this lap? I'm trying to look at the gaps that are forming, and yeah, I do think at the moment the Inters are still the worst attire from looking at Borley and Ashy and the gap between them.
Yeah, a little bit of contact between Pines and Juno Vane. And Ashy is obviously all over the back of them now as Silverside Boy picks up a 3-second penalty. As none of the leaders leading 3 are actually in yet.
No, interesting to see that. And Piggle's tyres 16 laps. They will be starting, especially in these wet conditions now, really starting to understeer around the corners. Stiffmeister and Pines are now in, and surely will go for the inters. Yep, that's what they've done. Stiffmeister comes out in front. Ashy now and Ginny Vane having a bit of a battle, and it looks like Ashy's gone wide down at turn 2 as Ginny Vane getting very, very slippy on those soft tyres. DRS is now disabled.
See, if I was Ashy, he was the first one to pit onto those enters. Yes, these tyres are already 6 laps old. But if he...
Oh, Piggle's lost it!
Oh, Piggle, you stupid person.
Oh, Piggle, no! He's having such a good race, and all he had to do was get to the pits. Everyone's going to come in now that are dry runners, but he's lost it.
Oh,
on the...
Ooh. See, this is going to be interesting now, because the Aston Martins are right up each other's backsides, and they're going to want pit at the same time.
Yeah, and yeah, his Eagles stayed out again. So has Snedden.
Bidley's
I have to say,
both Astons are in.
Bidley's in. I have to say here, Locker, thought, what is he doing at first? Ashy could have played a blinder here, as Yorkie says in the chat. He could go up to first here.
Yeah, it's obviously that mistake by Piggle and the double stack means he's lost out even more.
There was us saying that has he done the right thing? You know, we thought he was mad, and it's actually now he's managed to stay, cut the corner there though.
Just as really heaping praise on Yoshi. Come on, lad.
Yeah, I know what this is like to come in on the inters during safety car conditions. Myself, Zilla and Hirsch did this back in Mexico. Tier 1 last season, it paid off, but they are 7 laps old now, and I don't know whether they're going to get to the end of the race on that one set.
No, I don't. What is it now? About 17 more laps. 24 laps by the end if he stays on the same tyres. I really doubt it. Eagle stayed out, but Snedden has come in. What?
I think Eagle's mad. I think you've got to come in now, surely.
Bowley's in. And Junior Vane's carried out. Interesting.
Let's just watch this gap between Ashi and Junu here. We'll see what the better tyre is.
Yeah, interesting from the Red Bulls, because it's either going to be this lap where do you think they've got a big enough gap to not double stack? I think they have.
Yeah, I mean they've got 9 seconds. That should be fine, to be honest. Piggle has come out in 11th place. I don't know whether he got wing damage. He did slightly knock the barrier, so I'm assuming they had to change his wing, but was having a fantastic race at the front, and that spin has really cost him. He's have to really now try and fight his way back through the field. We'll go back down to the front of the pack then, the two Red Bulls that are leading in Eagle and Junu Vane, and surely now they've both got to come in.
Yeah, you'd think it should be this lap. On board with Eagle. Yeah, Eagle's in. There's his teammate going forward behind. Like you say, it should be a big enough gap to not double stack. And yeah, Junior Vane. So this could see, again, going back to what you just said, we both questioned it earlier on. Ashi now takes the lead.
Yeah, Ashi in the lead of the Grand Prix then. Was what was thought to be a silly call was turned out to be a great one for now anyway. Eagle comes out in 3rd place. What a pit stop that is for him. Looks like Junu Vane definitely got held a little bit. But what a pit stop from Eagle. He's managed to stay in 3rd position, and on fresh inters can definitely now push for this race win with no penalties as well as it stands.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is just mine or it's on the same as your screen, but I've just noticed back down in P12, Mr. Stiffy is currently on the medium tyres.
Yeah, don't know what that's about. Yeah, he's been on for 2 laps as well, so yeah, I do not know what that is about. It's a bit of a weird one. Even if the guys in front of him pit again, if it dries up. Oh, there he goes, he's lost it.
Ooh, whoa. I imagine Tidham's heart just gone in his mouth then as he saw Stiffy spin in front of him.
Yeah, and as we've been focusing on that, it already looks like those tyres are already wearing a bit out for Ashi, as Snedden has overtaken him for the lead of the race, and next on his gearbox for Ashi will be Eagle, who is now only about 7 tenths back.
Yeah, and then just over a second back from him we've got Bidley, he's looked like he's got his head down all through the race, not just in the race of course, but quality as well. He's been up there pretty much all session. Is Nigel Piggle? I've just noticed
Bowley.
Yeah, I've just noticed Piggle and Bowley have gone down a couple of places as well, so just flip back on. But yeah, it looks like we've got a little train now forming behind Ashi. We've got Eagle, Billy and Shadows all within a few tenths of each other.
Yeah, I'm expecting Eagle to go through as Ashi gets very, very slidey on the exit of the hairpin. Coming now onto the back straight, and Eagle goes, oh, and there was very almost contact. That could have been curtains for both the drivers. Surely Ashi will get out of the way of his teammate Bidley here. Won't make it hard for him.
No.
Yeah, does get out of the way.
Those have got yellows again. Oh, I think that's because of poor Stiffy at the back.
Yeah, he's lost his front wing as well. No front wing, the wrong tyres. That is definitely not something you want to have.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I noticed on the graphic, Phenom and Silverside Boy kept swapping places every now and again. They're having a little ding dong.
They're going for another swap, is it? And Pickle's getting involved now as well.
Oh!
Very close as a yellow flag. Ginny Vane's out. Oh, Borley's in the wall as well. Oh, and everyone's going for positions. The safety car is out, and that's for Ginny Vane, who's put it into the wall down at turn 4. And yeah, just in front of that, Borley went into the wall as well, lost some wing. Nigel Pickle and Phenom come together along with Silverside Boy. 13 laps to go here. Ashley will definitely come in, I think, and get a new set.
Yeah,
but
Ashley should, but I think everybody else from here will be okay.
Yeah, I think they'll just stay out, won't they? I think Ashley will come in, but
Ashley has come in.
yeah, Ashley is. Silverside Boy stays out, Phenom stays out, Borley is in, Nigel Pickle stays out. I have to say, I think if I was Phenom there, I might have come in 8 lap old Inters. I think he was really dead at the end.
And what this has actually done as well is looking on. Oh, I think Borley had a 5-second penalty because he was just stuck in the pits. He's having a front wing change as well. But what this has actually done, it's brought Tidgeon at the back into it. Is Stiffmeister in what's now P12 is on 0 lap softs.
I don't know what this guy's doing. Get on the wet tyre, for God's sake.
Have you got any Inters left, Stiffy? Please. David Lawface, F in the chat for Stiffy, who's gone on softs. I mean, it's always a bad idea to go soft on a Friday night. Sorry.
I mean, generally, if he's like got no Inters left, but he's sure he didn't use that many sets of them in quali, and if he did, they would have only been like 4 or 5 laps. So I don't understand why he's not coming for Inters.
Yeah, and as well, in the wets, don't you get an extra set of Inters anyway for the race?
I'm not too sure about that, but if you do, yeah. We're going to see him come in. Surely we're going to see him come in. No, he's going round again.
What's Stiffy's thinking here? As yes,
Maybe
Mr.
it's going to
Lawface.
dry up, but you know, he's lap down.
He has a lap down, but oh, and he's
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, please, Stiffy, just come in, put some wet tyres on.
And the thing is now is the whole pack will catch up. So if he does come in, he's going to lose even more time because the safety car is going to come in. At the moment, you have to say that Eagle is looking favourite. Still no penalties.
Yeah, and Borley's round under the safety car as well.
Nigel Pickle in the chat. Comms curse is big tonight, I see. When is the comms curse not big, mate?
That was definitely your fault. It wasn't me.
Oh, I'll take full blame. Let's quickly, before the guys start up again. Actually, I don't know. It might go around for another lap now. Borley spun it, but soon see. Let's see the penalties for you, so you can check who's got what. So Snedden 6 seconds of penalties at the front. So at the moment does not look like he will be winning this race. But Eagle, like we've already said, no penalties at the moment. Definitely looks the favourite to take the win today as it stands. Bidley in third with only 3 seconds. Not too bad for him. Shadow got 6. Pines got 3. Silverside Boy's got 6. Phenom's got 3. There's a little pattern going here actually, 3-6, 3-6, 3-6. Higgles got 6, and then Ashley breaks that pattern with 12 in 9th. TJ with 3, and then Borley with 6. Stiffmeister has nothing, but from how far back he is, he's basically out of the race.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be the last lap under the safety car, and obviously going back to Tier 3 last year, we know what Snedden's safety car restarts can be like. He does like leave it as late as possible, so whether he does that again, try catch Eagle out, who knows. But we shall soon
It'd be
see.
interesting it'd be interesting to see in these conditions, because everyone that's trying to slow down and then get up to speed quite quickly might overheat the rear tyres and spin. So it'll be very interesting to see us start a restart like that if he does decide to do one in a minute, Snedden. Like you say, he's almost notorious for his safety car restarts.
I mean, to be fair, I did benefit from him a couple of times.
Yeah. So David Loweface in the chat. Is it drying up?
Ooh,
I'll tell you what. I don't think there's no rain, is there? The
doesn't.
rain. There's a little bit. There's a little bit, but it's not that bad at the moment.
So has now Stiffy played the blind air lockdown?
I think he's too far back to contend with anything. But
Imagine if somehow we still got a point out of this.
well, people might bin it still. You don't know.
Just here we go then. Snedden restart with 9 laps to go. Oh, he's definitely back.
He's notorious for this. When is he going to go?
Not yet.
He's still leaving it. He won't
Oh.
go yet. He'll literally go on the line.
Bidley?
No, and he's gone.
Bidley?
He's in the pits. Is he coming for softs?
Is he? Oh,
He's in for softs. Is this a blinder?
Oh, I can
So
see
is TJ.
Oh, with McLaren's round, and oh my god. What has
I'll
just
tell you
happened?
what, with all these drivers making contact and losing wings and slowing themselves down, could these two have played a blinder here? TJ has got to be, if he does pull this off, it's got to be the jammiest driver that it's ever been. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, could this potentially be almighty? Oh, Snedden gets another 3 seconds. Could this be a fantastic call here from the lads back in 10th and 11th at the moment? Doesn't look like hard now. We've got 9 laps to go. Eagle still.
Go on, sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say the gap is coming down quite quickly between Phenom in 9th and Bidley in 10th. And the front 3 are in. Make that front 4, front 5. Oh no, Pines is carried on.
Fordy's carried on as well.
Everybody's in.
Has Billy where's Billy going to come out? This is the question. Where will he come out? We've got to look at Snedden and Eagle. Eagle the main person because he's got no pens. Bidley goes through.
MP4.
But by how far? That's the question. Here comes Snedden. Snedden on the outside of Bidley.
I think
It's
Bidley.
going to be a fantastic end to the race now.
Yeah, I think Bidley's pulled an absolute blinder. As TJ's got himself back up into P8, back into the points.
He's got to hope, Bidley, that Eagle gets some sort of penalty as it stands. At the moment, Eagle will take the win on penalties. Borley and Ashy having a battle now for 2nd and 3rd. Still on the inters, they'll both surely be in a minute. Eagle is still actually spitting out there slightly, but the DRS has still not come back on yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
Whether that will come on in the next couple of laps, when you've had the 3 laps after the safety car, I'm not sure. But Eagle will want to get past Snedden when he can.
Yeah, Borley and Ashley are in, and Pines has carried on again. But obviously, Bidley being the closest one to them, the gap was still coming down before those two pitted.
Yeah, Pines has got a 13-second lead then over Bidley. 7 laps to go. Surely it's going to dry up though. And that gap is coming down every second really. So yeah, I think eventually Pines will have to come in if he wants to have any sort of good points in this race.
Yeah, and
The gap now between Bidley and Eagle 2 seconds.
yeah, I was going to say surely it's got to be this lap for Pines. Surely. As there we go.
DRS is enabled.
Yeah, so it's got to be this lap for Pines, surely. I mean, if he carries on this lap, Pines, he's just suicidal and he's just ruined his own race.
Yeah, he needs to come in. He needs to come in.
He's
not.
Oh, what have you done?
I mean, the thing is, he's lost a second. And he's got 6 laps left. If he carries on like that, he will win. But I just think it will drive out far too much, and then he's just going to then lose it. As Eagle makes a move on Snedden, looks like he's made a mistake, Snedden, because Shadows is now through as well. Bidley! That's not what he wanted. 6 seconds of penalties now, and now technically Pines is back up 14 seconds ahead. Could Pines potentially stick it out? I still think it's going to dry up.
Yeah, the gap is still coming down, but Yorkie just said in the chat as well he's going to see it till the end, so I don't know. It's going to be close. If he does see it out till the end, it's going to be very close, and he'll obviously stay in front of Bidley on pens. But if he doesn't, I think he's lost his chance of a decent points haul here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Pines, once again, this lap he's dropped about 2 seconds.
And he still
stays out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's have a look at the times. 15.9 for Pines. Biddle's gone through 14.4, 1.5 seconds. It's possible here. Shadow makes a move on Eagle. Eagle won't be too bothered because he knows he hasn't got any penalties. Nigel Piggle on the softs takes the fastest lap in 8th position. Borley and Ashi fighting for position there as well. Phenom sets the fastest lap now. 9.8, but like we say, Locker, it's technically 12 because of the 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, like I just say, it's going to be very close. If Pines does stay out till the end now, it's going to be very close. And then we've still got the case of Bidley needs to catch him and get past and pull that 3 second gap on Pines.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to call it at the moment. Shadow now all over the back of Bidley, and this is for position actually. They're both on 6 seconds of penalties, and it has to be said, Shadow's had a fantastic run of form. He won in Monaco, he took P3 last week in Baku, and he's up there again with contention for high points. Will he have a go here? He does have a DRS, remember, and takes the fastest out of a 12.9.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Eagle's just sort of biding his time behind these two. But yeah, like you say, we have got the battle position. Oh, does Shadow just touch the wall slightly there?
He did. I don't think there's any damage. Doesn't look like he's got anything, so it looks okay for now. Button22 in the chat. Hello to you, mate. Been a while since we've seen you here. He's actually said, yeah, Eagle obviously does no penalties. So we'll look at the leader. We'll look at the leader gaps, and it's 8.3 seconds, or 8 seconds, we should say, from Pines to Eagle. But obviously, Pines has still got to get overtaken by Bidley and Shadow first. And now the gap at 6.5. With 4 laps to go, this is going to be very, very close.
It is going to be very, very close.
Piggle! Oh, the two Aston Martins! They took each other out!
I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
I think there is time for a safety car still. There's 4 laps. Surely...
I think it's a bit too late now.
Oh, it is. It's come out.
It's the Pines.
Now Pines surely doesn't come in. If he comes in, he's at the back. I don't know though. It's just.
But what are we gonna get? 2 laps of racing, if that.
2 laps of racing. I don't know. Surely he's got to stay out. If he comes in. He's basically, I think, gonna go down. I don't know. Let's have a look at the. Let's have a look at the pen. Let's have a look at the gaps a minute. He's got 18 seconds to Ashley. 17. He's gonna come out in about. I think he's gonna come out in about 6th with the Delta. What's he gonna do?
Carry on.
He's gonna stay out. He's going to stay out.
Button's just said in the chat now as well. Eagles to lose now. I think I'll back up that statement. You're absolutely spot on there, Button. I think all the Eagles needs to do now is just keep calm, stay off the grips, stay away from the pens, and yeah, I think the Eagles don't like.
Wait, hold on. It's still raining. There's spots of rain.
Oh, okay.
This race is taking all turns you could think, because it's raining again. And could Pines, if it rains, pull 3 seconds on Eagle?
Ooh.
This is going to be a great end.
This is going to be a great end.
Will it get wet enough though? Because it's going to come in now. The safety car is going to come in right now.
Phenom's gone on.
Give you 2 laps.
Phenom's gone on into this as well. Back in P9.
Yeah, I don't know why though, because he's going to be too far back to catch a safety car. So yeah, he's basically ruined his chances. Yeah, it's coming in.
Oh, here we go then.
It started raining. Will it rain enough? Pines was only dropping. Oh, and has he not? Don't tell me he's got wing damage. Don't tell me he's got wing damage.
What happened there?
Oh. I don't think he has. I think he's alright. But, yeah, the question is, will it rain enough for Pines to have the advantage? He was only dropping 1.5 seconds to Bidley before. We have to see now what the outcome's going to be. Here goes Pines, and we've got 2 laps left. Bidley all over the back, and he's gone. I'll tell you what, he's got better grip away. Bidley and Shadow maybe going to have a battle here. No, has Pines somehow got the luck? We'll soon see. But 6 tenths is the gap. I know it's very tight to tell. Borley. It's got a 3-second penalty, 2 tenths now. It does look like the softs are still the better tyre, but Pines will hold on to whatever he can. Eagle, like we said though, just needs to stay within 3 seconds and he will take the win off Pines. 2 tenths is the gap. Bidley trying to have a look down the inside, but can't find a way through at the moment.
No. Bidley's doing all he can to at least take.
Oh, he's hit him! Oh, Bidley's hit the back of him!
I was just about to say then, but just before that, Bidley's trying to do all he can to at least take the win on track. As Shadows on Bidley. We're going to go side by side.
Side by side. They're almost touching wheels. How close is this into the final corner? Shadow has to go so wide, and that lets Eagle in. Eagle goes through into 3rd place now. Pines has a 7th, 10th lead. It's still raining. Is it raining enough for him to pull away? 8 tenths on the final lap here. 9 tenths is now the gap.
It is. He's pulling away.
I think Pines is pulling away.
Yeah.
Eagle at 1.8 seconds. Is this going to be an almighty end to the race for IFC Pines? I'm not sure if he's going to have enough though. It looks like it's a bit drier around the middle part of the circuit, and Shadows is out on the last lap.
No! Oh my god!
And I do think the soft runners are losing the grip. 2.2 seconds is the gap. We're going to stay on board with Pines. Bidley 2 seconds behind. 2.5 now. 2.6. I think Pines is going to do it here, Locker.
I think he is. I mean, I don't know about you, but this is the most exciting race I've commented on with you for.
There it is, 3 seconds. He's done it. He just needs to stay it. Needs to keep it through on the track through the last sector. And Pines somehow, the weather has saved him here. Eagle's overtaking Bidley as well behind.
Oh!
But here comes Pines then. 3.1, and he's done it. What an end to the race.
Wow.
IFC Pines takes the win in a absolutely thrilling last few laps. The weather has saved him there.
Wow.
We all thought that he was going to get caught. He probably wouldn't have done in the end because the weather would have come back, but fair play to Pines, he stuck it out, didn't come in, we all thought he was mad, and the weather has saved him, and that is his race win. Well done to him.
Very well done. There was a couple of calls there earlier on in the race before Ashley called it suicidal by going in too soft. It looked like at one point he called it absolutely blinding, but unfortunately ended up down in P8 anyway. But we credit to Pines there. Wow. One stop from his dry tyres to his inters all through the race. And
Yeah.
I will get the podium guys in, my friend, if you want to go through the classification.
Thank you very much, Locker. Well, what an end to that race. And now look behind us on the graphic. It's now completely dry, so it looks like the weather is everywhere in Montreal this evening. Even in the quali it was wet, then dry in Q2, and then wet again in Q3. Changing all the time, and in the race as well. But in the end then, IFC Pines with the win for Mercedes, his second win of the season, topping off his first one obviously in Miami, his second now in Canada. He loves the North American side of the planet, does old Pines.
It seems that way.
It does. Wins by 6/10 in the end to Eagle, who,
Robbed.
has to be said, had a fantastic had a fantastic race, no pence at all. He takes P2 for the Red Bull tonight, and it's Bidley in third. Had a good battle with Shadows near the end there. Shadow actually went out in the end, but 6 seconds of penalties did obviously push him back a little bit in the end. Fourth is Silverside Boy, fifth Snedden, sixth Bawley, seventh Phenom, eighth is Ashy, ninth is Shadow, and 10th is Stiffmeister. Try and get what I need. Oh, I think I might have got enough time to take some screenshots there for the graphics later on. But yeah, what an end to the race that was. Absolutely fantastic. And,
Yeah, I've invited everybody, but as you've just seen, only Mr. Eagle can actually make it.
no, there's no Bidley either.
No, he just said he can't make the interview tonight.
I can start some conspiracy theories now then.
You dodgy piss.
Shocking from two of the podium sitters, but it has to be said it was definitely a good race for them both. Well done to P3 Bidley, and obviously our race winner in IFC Pines, like we've already said, decided to stay out. The gutsy move that we thought was mad, and he's come away with the win with that late weather change at the end. We have got in the party though P2 man, Eagle 78, and I have to say, mate, you look quite strong in quali. Obviously didn't take the pole in the end, but you look quite strong, and on early stages obviously we saw Nigel Piggle in front of you, sort of almost pulling away and then kind of keeping pace with once his tyres had dropped off. I bet you were licking your lips when he went and spun off just before the safety car came out.
Yeah, there was a few drivers that spun off in front of me. I don't know what happened there. There was about 3 or 4 that when I was following them decided to have a spin. But I want to put this out there first of all. I was well within the 3 seconds until I got behind Biddle on the last second part of the second sector and last sector, and he just seemed to slow down. So that's the conspiracy theory, and then that pushed me over 3 seconds. So Pines needs to send him some kind of prezi for that one.
Oh.
Allegations left, right, and centre here at FPRL, has to be said. But regardless, it was a fantastic race from yourself. Obviously, penalty free. I think the only driver, maybe apart from Stiffmeister, who was a bit further down, but the only driver in the points places anyway to have no penalties. Did you have any warnings at all?
Yeah, 2. I got one, I think on lap 2 or something, and I had one within the 5 laps towards the end, so I was close to getting a warning, I think, but lucky, I guess.
Yeah, well, obviously it luckily paid off in the end for you. Locker, have you got any questions for our P2 man?
Not really. It's just a solid race. It's just from what I've been used, obviously I've known Eagle for quite a bit on the racetrack. It's
Too long.
just what,
Too long.
yeah, too long. But it's just what I'm used to from him. He's just kept his head down, kept himself to himself, and
I'm quite
Was
disappointed
able, I
actually.
think-
I didn't get to see Gary on track today. Where was he?
he was,
He finished fourth in the end, actually, with the penalties.
Well done.
yeah, he was floating about. But yeah, nice steady race from Eagle, kept himself to himself, and yeah, well done, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, well done to Eagle once again. P2 for him in the Red Bull tonight, so good points for them as well. And once again, great win from today's race winner Pines, who can't be with us for a chat today. But nevertheless, it's 25 more points for Mercedes in the Constructors, so well done to them. And obviously Bidley in third place as well. Ferrari picking up 15 points as well. And I think a couple more as well from Ashi, who's a bit further down as well, so a few more from him as well. Locker, I've got one more thing to ask you, and that is, who is your driver of the day?
Now this one is probably the closest one I've had to pick. I was tied between two people. The man here finished P2 Eagle, and the eventual race winner Pines, but I'm gonna have to give it to Pines on this occasion. He called an
Six.
absolute blind. Shh. Called an absolute blinder. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Pines on this occasion for me.
Well, there you go then. Very, very close call for driver of the day, but it is IFC Pines that gets the COCOM as driver of the day tonight in Tier 2. That is it then for tonight. Thank you everyone for coming along and joining us for a great race. It was in the end, and a lot of different weather conditions through quali and the race. Great reviewing for myself and Locker. Thank you for joining me tonight, buddy.
No worries, thank you very much for joining me as well.
And just to let you guys know that obviously we have got some more FPR action coming up on Sunday for you. It is round 7 of our F2 Championship, and we head to Austria for that one. With 2 more races around there. Can Brookie Min increase his lead now at the top of the championship? He's had 4 wins in a row in the F2 Championship. Would he be able to make that 5 or even possibly 6? You have to find out on Sunday. Also just want to shout out to TTL as well, our little sister league. They are racing on Monday and Tuesday. I believe that Monday is their Tier 1 and Tuesday is their Tier 2, round 2 of their season, I believe it is.
Yep.
So also make sure you go and tune in to them. And obviously then we're back with F1 action on Wednesday. It'll be race week 10 here at FPRL, and we head to Silverstone for 3 races around there, with Wednesday the Tier 3s, Thursday the Tier 1s, and Friday as always the Tier 2s. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. I've been Monkey Boy Kurt along with FPR Locker, and we will see you on Sunday for round 7 of the F2 Championship.
Goodbye.